How's it going, YouTube and Saladmaster family? My name is Jesus Alvarez and welcome to Jesus' Cooking Channel. Now today what we're going to make is some bacon pinto beans. And the way I make them is really simple and delicious. Oh yeah, you guys ready? Here we go. Orale! It's time to rock and roll in the kitchen with Jesus. You guys ready to have fun? Now let's learn how to make bacon pinto beans. The first thing you need is some pinto beans. 3 cups. Whoop, whoop. Next, what you need is a pound of bacon. This is peppercorn bacon as well. So that'll let you know. That way you don't have to add pepper. If you don't have the peppered bacon, then you want to add 1 tablespoon of pepper. But since we already have it in the bacon, no need to add it. We're going to go ahead and also use a medium-sized white onion. We are going to use a jalapeno and a full head of garlic, 2 chicken bouillons, a bunch of cilantro, a tablespoon of ground cumin, 2 tablespoons of salt, and we're going to use the 7 quart in order to do the job. So if you're using a 10 quart, what you want to do is add triple the amount of ingredients that we're using, okay? First things first, I'm going to go ahead and sort through these beans. So I sorted through the pinto beans, and the reason is why is because I found these rocks. Now, this is very horrible. You don't want this rocks in your food. Imagine if you're biting on the pinto beans and get a hold of a rock and you chip your tooth. Don't want that. Definitely want a beautiful smile, right? So that being said, also what you want to do is make sure that you take all the half pinto beans and get those out of the way too. You want not half pinto beans. You want full, delicious pinto beans that taste very delicious. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is, since we're doing 3 cups of beans, we're going to add 3 quarts of water to it. Okay, so if you're making a bigger batch, for instance, cooking it in a 10 quart, you're probably going to do 3 times the amount, which is 9 cups of pinto beans and 9 quarts of water. So we're going to go ahead and add 3 quarts of water right now. So now it's time to add water to the beans and pre-soak them. So I pre-soaked them for a couple hours. You can go ahead and pre-soak them overnight if you're working or whatever, or if you have a busy day. However, I like to soak them overnight, but I soaked these for a couple hours and they got inflated, and that's what you want. So what I'm going to go ahead and show you how the beans turned out, and I'm going to go ahead and dump this out and then add 3 quarts of water to 3 cups. So if you're making pinto beans in a 10 quart, you're going to use 3 times the amount, which is 9 cups of beans and 9 quarts of water. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this out right now. So this is how their beans turned out. They're nice and inflated. That's what you want to go ahead and see. You don't want to power cook them. What happens if you don't pre-soak them, it gives you gas. So you want to prevent that. So you stop stinking up the house or whatever. Don't want that, that's for sure. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and add the 3 quarts of water, as said. Bada bing, bada bang. And now it's time for the fun part to add our ingredients. So first things first, if you're going to make a bigger quantity, I'm just going to put the ingredients in that you want to go ahead and triple for your 10 quart, okay? So it'll be the 2 chicken bouillons. So I added 2, you add 6 of these. And here's 2 tablespoons. So you add 6 of those as well. And then 1 tablespoon of ground cumin. So we'll go ahead and do 3 of these. It's already smelling good. Oh man, it's not even cooking yet. And then the rest of the ingredients that I'm going to go ahead and use, you only just want to use, you don't want to triple it or whatever. You just want to use strictly that amount. So always use a full onion. You want to go ahead and cut like all the hair, get all the little hairs out or whatever. You want to add that fully cooked on there. It's going to bring flavor to it. instead of using like ground onion powder, you just do it fresher with Saladmaster, so much better. Instead of using garlic salt or garlic powder as well, you're gonna use a full garlic, and it's gonna boil in there. It's gonna grab that natural juicy flavor from the garlic. And then we're gonna use a full jalapeno. You don't wanna cut it because it'll make it spicy. It's just for flavor. That's the only reason why we're doing it. It's gonna give it a mild taste, but you're gonna taste it. It's gonna taste so good. I mean, if you choose to and you wanna make them hot, go ahead and chop them up, not a problem. But for my family, I know that they don't like too hot. So I'll go ahead and leave that right there. And last but not least, we're gonna get our Saladmaster knives, and we're gonna use some pound of bacon. Bacon. And since this has already, pepper, you don't want to use pepper. It's perfect for the dish that we're gonna make. Next is the cilantro. I want to show you an easier way how to make cilantro last for at least a couple more days. So this is a trick that I learned when I was young and starting off as a chef, is you put the cilantro in napkin, right? And what you do is you put it in a Ziploc bag and you seal it shut. But what you want to do is wash the cilantro and then layer it all out as so, like this. And what happens is it gets all the moisture and the water out and onto the napkins. And then what you do is you layer it on the napkins, another piece of dry napkins, and then you put it into a refrigerator where it lasts a lot longer. Another thing that my mom taught me how to use is water, a cup of water. Like if you're gonna go ahead and put a bouquet of flowers, that also gives it a long lasting life. Water does help it. So anyways, just little tricks that I learned along the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and use half of this and just grab this as so like this. We don't want to get all the stems. We want the good stuff. So I'll save this over here. There's another knife. I'll cut like half of it. And we'll decorate it. I love cilantro. I love the way it smells. I love the way it tastes. It's just going to give it that authentic flavor that you need. All right, Saladmaster, let's go. So what we want to do now is put it to a medium high temperature till it starts to click, because we're boiling the water. And then once it starts to click, turn it down to a medium low where it barely starts to click, but it's hot to the touch. So come on in with me. All right, let's put the lid on. Medium, click, low. Now that the vapor valve is clicking, you want to go turn it down to a medium low. Or if you're going to be in the house, you just go ahead and take off the lid and leave it at where it's at so it fully cooks. I could smell the aroma of the beans and the bacon. It is so amazing. So now that the beans are made and nice and cooked, I'm gonna go ahead and serve. But beforehand, what you wanna do is take the garlic out and take the onion out as well. And there you have it, YouTube and Saladmaster family. Bacon pinto beans at its finest. Now what I'm going to show you is the onion that I took out and the garlic. Now what I'm going to do in my next video is I'm going to use this and implement it into our greaseless refried beans. Only in Saladmaster, without any oil or grease, to refry our beans. Now recently one of our customers had wanted to invest in an MP5, and she wanted to use the MP5 in order to cook a whole chicken. I wanted to let her know that you don't have to use the whole chicken in order to cook it in the MP5. You have other pieces of cookware as well. So all the thing that you want to do is use the right size of cookware for the right job. Obviously the MP5 has perks, digital probe with all digital settings where it allows it to turn off while you're in church, while you're on the go or whatever. But I'll gladly accept your money, but that's not what Saladmaster is about. It's about your guys' cooking needs. So I just want to say thank you to my YouTube and my Saladmaster family, but especially to the customers. Without you, there is no us. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You gotta subscribe in order to get the next video, or how are you gonna learn how to cook off of Saladmaster?